two-point conversion is all Coach Talsman. We checked into a different coverage, and we robbed the corner because we figured they were going to throw over there to number 5, and they did. And so that was a big, humongous play. So hats off to Jamarlin and Coach T for coming up with that. And then the fourth down, we checked into a bear front we hadn't shown them all night, and that was big for us. Probably should have went through it a little bit earlier. But look, you go through years where there's going to be that game. The second round game for everybody is the danger. That's the danger. And I was scared of this all week, man. I didn't feel good in my stomach all week because that's a talented football team.
Coach, your team, maybe more so than any other time this year, really had to work through a lot of adversity tonight. How'd you feel about the way they responded to that time in, time out?
Well, be honest with you, I'm happy they won. I'm happy we made the play down there, but it was not a good effort for us, period. I mean, overcoming adversity, stopping them on fourth down. If they make that, all we got to do is recover the onside kick, and it's over anyway. So, it's just a lot of things. It just was one of those weeks, and it seems like it's always this way in the second round. All right, buddy.
All right, Cole, congratulations on another win, man. Obviously moving on now into the third round. Just how does it feel, man? Defense had to step up and make a lot of plays tonight. How'd you feel about that two-point conversion you guys stopped down there?
That was a critical point. We knew they would go out and, try it. And Jamarlin Sewell made a heck of a play, making the interception. Our coaches are hands down, best in the state. They schemed it up perfectly for us.
Absolutely, man. You guys haven't been in a lot of games like this year where it's really back and forth and got to work through a lot of adversity and things like that, man. How do you feel like you guys responded to that, John?
This game kind of reminded me of the Hillcrest game. We had that last two-point conversion, and it came down to the game. And, we made the stops where it was needed, and I couldn't ask for anything more than my defense.
Kind of a surprise tonight. Minor waits in the next round now. How do you feel moving into that contest?
Minor's a heck of a team, and we're excited to play them. Are we at home? I'm not quite sure.
I'm not positive yet.
Well, I think it's a great opportunity for us.
Right.
We got to prepare them like any other team. It's like a lot of people say, it's hard to beat a team twice, so we got to prepare, just as harder.
Right.
Welcome back. Trussell Tribune editor Chris Yao joins me to talk about the Clay Chalkville Cougars and their big victory over Homewood. Chris, welcome.
Thanks, Zach. It's nice to be here, man.
All right, so we know that the 5 weeks of the playoffs can be a grind, and Jerry Hood said week 2 of the playoffs is always the tough one. Your thoughts?
Oh, there's no question. I think that you always are prepared for week 1, especially when you're the region winner. You know that you've got, the number 4 seed coming in. Round 2 is always, you're not really sure what you're going to get. Are you going to get a team who is hungry for a win, or are you going to get a team who is maybe looking forward? You just never know. Round 2 is probably the most difficult round outside of the championship game, if I had to guess.
Well, Clay got all they wanted in round 2 from Homewood. They win this game 40-39, high drama all the way through, especially in the fourth quarter. About 3 minutes left, Homewood elects to go for 2.
Oh, there's no question they got all they wanted out of Homewood. And to be honest, I didn't expect it. But Homewood came out, they played fantastic football throughout the game, and with 3 minutes to go, they take the ball, drive down the field, put it in the end zone, and then decision time. I'm not sure, obviously hindsight's 50-50 if you're Pat Dye, 20-20 for the rest of us. But, they decide let's go for 2 here. And, of course, big players make big plays in big situations, and Jamarlin Sewell made the biggest play of the night, possibly, at least until that point, for Clay Chalkville with the interception of the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, he steps right in and makes the interception. Then Homewood comes back, recovers the onside kick, and the drama continues.
Oh, that was drama at its finest. Obviously onside kicks are never a given, even with the fantastic size and hands that Clay Chalkville has. But, Homewood gets the onside kick, and then Clay Chalkville has to step up their defense after giving up a big touchdown drive. Obviously, they had a little momentum from the 2-point conversion, but, You get 4th and inches, and Coach Jerry Hood said that they went to a defense they hadn't shown for the entire evening, and their big guys made a play. And that's what you have to do. Again, big-time players make big-time plays.
So they stuff Homewood's Derek Underwood on that 4th and inches. They take over, they pick up the first down and seal it into round 3.
They did, and that's what you do. When you are a champion, champions find ways to win games. And Clay Chalkville has done that throughout this season. They've obviously had some blowouts, but they've also been tested. I think the Hillcrest game really put them in a position to know how to win in a close setting. So they knew what to expect, and they knew it was going to be a fight, and they did what they had to do to win the game.
Jerry Hood said that his team was a little bit sloppy in this one. Ty Pigram wasn't sloppy, 11 for 15, only 135 yards passing on the night, but he throws 4 touchdown passes, and then he also runs for 240 and 2 more touchdowns. So just a great night for him again.
Ty Pigram is an anomaly. Great high school quarterbacks come around once in a blue moon. We don't see them a whole lot around here. We've been very fortunate in this area to see several very good quarterbacks. Ty Pigram is just another one of those. He has been fantastic all season. When he realized that, maybe he wasn't going to be able to make the plays with his arm, that he had to do something different. And that makes him a different player. I think when he realized that he was not going to be able to make plays with his arm, he had to do it with his legs, he was able to do it. And I think that was really something that turned the game for Clay. He was able to extend drives and extend plays.
Well, I agree with you. He's a generational type player. He's 28-0 as a starter now, and we were talking about the Player of the Week earlier off the air, and we said, well, you could give Ty Pigram the Player of the Week from Clay Chalkville literally every week.
Just about. There's no question, and this week is no different. I don't think he will be, but I think that if you go by the numbers, Ty Pigram is by far the most valuable asset that the Clay Chalkville offense has, and that's not a knock on TJ Simmons and Nico Collins because someone has to catch the ball. But, and those two guys make it a little bit easier for Ty, don't get me wrong, but Ty consistently makes plays when plays aren't there to be made.
Well, the big story of this game may not have been Clay's offense. It may have been Clay's defense, and the way they stepped up. They're kind of unheralded. They get a lot of flack. People say they give up a lot of points, but boy, they make plays when they need to.
They do. I think that especially, if you go back to the Hewitt-Trussville game and the Hillcrest game even, especially, they gave up 400 yards rushing. It was really a testament to their defense that they have been able to stay strong throughout the year. I think that, a good rushing team gives them problems, and obviously, Homewood was able to do that. They were able to run the ball successfully, keep the ball out of Clay's hands for, several minutes at a time, and that was one of the big reasons that this game was so close. But, again, when you have to make the plays, champions make plays, and that's what Clay Chalkville will do from here on out. That's what they're known for. They're known for making plays, and that's, that 4th and inches play. The guy had 123 yards rushing on the night. If he has 124, we may not be here. Absolutely.
Well, when we come back, we're going to talk to Kyle Parmley. He's going to preview the Minor Tigers, the team that upset Muscle Shoals. We were all expecting this big clash of the Titans between Muscle Shoals and Clay Chalkville. That's not going to happen now. We're going to have you back a little bit later in the show. We're going to do our predictions for that one. So when we return, we'll have Kyle Parmley come in, and we'll be back in just a moment.